And that's why we're all here today. Father Frank, as well as Dr. King, I want to thank you all. My name is Dr. Tim Johnson. I'm the chairman and founder of the Frederick Foundation, and I bring you greetings from our members from across this country. We are passionate about this issue when it comes down to the life of the unborn. And we're passionate about it because we recognize it's so important that as I stand here in Birmingham, as I was listening to everybody and listening to Father Frank yesterday, what came to mind was thinking about the fact that the Jim Crow laws and black codes and even sitting on the back of the bus used to be legal, but it wasn't right. And we've got to think about that when we talk about this issue of Roe versus Wade. It may be legal, but it's not right. And we have a responsibility to deal with that. So how appropriate it is for us to start the ride here in Birmingham, as we know historically what took place in Birmingham. Am I right? The other thing that I want to remind you is that as we prepare for election, November 2nd will be here before you know it. And Father Frank made it so very clear that it's not about Democrat or Republican, but I challenge each one of you to look at the candidates and ask the first question. We spend a lot of time talking about the Constitution and life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. But I ask you to ask yourself, those individuals that you're going to elect, do they believe in pro-life? You see, if we keep electing pro-choice candidates or pro-abortion candidates, we're going to keep getting what we've already gotten. And so if we want to change the tide, we've got to recognize and take the time to talk to those candidates and find out where do you stand, and not just where do you stand at a party, but where do you stand in the open. My pastor tells me oftentimes that there's so many people that are coming out of the closet, but Christians are going inside the closet. It's time for us to speak up. It's time for us to recognize that public servants serve us. And so if we're going to truly change the tide in our nation, we have to make sure that those individuals that are representing us represent those things that are passionate to us. Not only from a standpoint of pro-life, but about marriage. Marriage is composed of born a man, born a woman, married to each other one at a time. And we've got to start dealing with that. It is time for us to understand that how can you talk about building life if you have no life?
That's right.
We've got to bring this home, and we've got to make sure that we take it beyond today. We're going to take this ride to Atlanta, but it can't stop today. We've got to take this the whole way, and we've got to take it until every abortion clinic is closed throughout the country. Not just in Birmingham, not just in Alabama, but wherever there's one, we've got to shut them down. That's our responsibility that we have. God bless everybody.